everybody, I'm Isaiah and welcome back to my topic channel, or welcome to my topic channel. And today's video is going to be a pretty fun one to do because we're kind of going back to the Isaiah Rivers Topics roots and showing you guys a collection once again. So the day that this is being filmed, I'm going to try to get it out on the same day. If not, it would be the day after. It is Spider-Man Day. Yeah, one of the best holidays ever. No, I'm just kidding. But today is actually the day where Marvel and a bunch of other people celebrate the one and only web slinger himself, Spider-Man, Peter Parker, Miles Morales, Gwen. So many great Spider-Men and women all throughout different things like comics, movies, video games, TV series. And if you guys don't know, Spider-Man is probably my favorite superhero of all time, as you guys have probably seen throughout a lot of the different, Spider-Man things that I've shown throughout the years on this channel. But now today I'm kind of gonna go over a bunch of different things that I have gotten throughout, throughout the years that are Spider-Man related. Movies, some video games, some comic books, the whole 9 yards, just some other, memorabilia that I have for Spider-Man. Also, I should point out, although it says Marvel on the front of this shirt, on the back, it's a gigantic Spider-Man comic, looking cover. So that is really cool. But without further ado, let's get into the collection. Okay, I think the best way to start out this collection is going through some of the Spider-Man comic books I have. So the first one that I ever picked up was this Spectacular Spider-Man comic, which was actually in a comic blind bag that my local comic book store, they will do. They'll give you 20 comics for $10, which is, really, really sweet. It's a good bang for your buck. And they give you some pretty cool comics. So I got one of these ones. Then I ended up getting a Web of Spider-Man one as well, which is really, really sweet. Then a awesome one. It's Spider-Man and the Human Torch. You guys don't know, I'm also a huge Fantastic Four fan as well. So I was so excited when I was able to get this one. Then I also have a Spider-Gwen comic because you got to show love to Gwen Stacy. Peter's best love interest, in my opinion. But yeah, I've loved Spider-Gwen. I love Gwen Stacy. Loved her, especially in the Spider-Verse movies and her and Miles' little fling. Got Extreme Carnage, and Carnage is one of my favorite Spider-Man villains of all time. And you can tell that's probably the Mary Jane, Venom Carnage looker. I'm really excited, speaking of which, for Spider-Man 3. I cannot wait to see some of that stuff, but more on that later. Gotta show love to my boy Hobie Brown with Spider-Punk, probably my favorite Spider-Verse variant of Spider-Man. I love Hobie, love Spider-Punk. I got this awesome spectacular issue with my boy Miles Morales fighting off Spider-Zombie. And then I have this awesome one because it has my two favorite Marvel heroes in the same issue, Spider-Man and Deadpool. Really, really sweet. And then this one, it's a secret. It's the spoiler variant. Should I show you guys? Yeah, I gotta show you guys. Don't worry if people are like, oh, he's taking them out. These were all put in, their sleeves themselves. But I'm gonna look. If you don't like spoilers, staying clear. That's all I'm gonna show. That's all I'm gonna show. That's all. That's it. That's it. That's all we're going to show. But those were all of the comic books. And again, they just go right back into these sleeves. By the way, Amazon is the best place to go to get your comic book sleeves. I got like a set of 100. They come with both cardboard backs and the actual bags. All for like $10. But that was all the comics. But let's get into some of the video games right now, as they are right here. As Spider-Man probably has been in so many great video games, but these are a couple I have. Now, a lot of people, when they think Spider-Man, they think of Sony and PlayStation, but one of the games he had before all that happened was a Game Boy game. This is a game that that Arthur actually gave me. If you guys don't know who Arthur is, he's my best buddy. We do the Nostalgia Pod together. By the way, guys, what are you guys doing? If you guys haven't subscribed to the Nostalgia Pod yet, go check us out. That's my podcast that I do with a bunch of my friends. We talk about all things nostalgic, video games, movies, music, etc. Everything that you find nostalgic, we have talked about. We have a bunch of different episodes out. So go over there and check us out and hit the subscribe button over there. Also, go check out my other channel, The Nostalgia Squad, where we post all different things like skits, comedy videos, vlogs, the loot all over there. We would really appreciate the love and support over there. And we do have a Marvel video planned for the future, which I do want to get underway at one point. But head over there for the Nostalgia Pod and the Nostalgia Squad. I'll put the links down below in the description. But back to the Spider-Man collection. Now when everyone else is playing Spider-Man PS4 and talking about it, I was playing Spider-Man PS1. Spider-Man on the original PlayStation. A really, really fun game, but a very 90s looking 2000s game. I do really love this game though. I didn't have a PlayStation console when this game came out, Spider-Man PS4, but once I got a PS5, and I remember seeing my brother playing, so when I ended up finally able to get a Sony console of some sorts, I definitely had to pick up Spider-Man PS4. One of my favorite games of all time, one of the best games I've ever played. I played through this twice. And I'm about to start The City That Never Sleeps again. So, also, I've been thinking about streaming on Twitch again, because I haven't done that in a while. So maybe should we stream The City That Never Sleeps? Let us know. And then I also have got, obviously had to show love to Miles Morales as well. This was one of my main PS5 pickups when I was finally able to get a PS5. I really did enjoy this game. However, I feel like it could have just been DLC because the game is kind of short. Actually, I just realized I was still on my second playthrough of this, and I got to go back and finish it. I beat it once, obviously, but I decided to play it again after playing Spider-Man PS4, so definitely got to get back into that. And then probably my favorite game of all time now after playing this, but my copy is extremely special now because it's Spider-Man 2, but it is signed by the voice act by Yuri Lowenthal and Najee, the voices of Spider-Man and Miles Morales. This was really cool. I met them at Fan Expo. Again, me and the squad did vlog our trip down to Fan Expo Philadelphia. And yeah, when I met them, I obviously had to get them to sign my copy of Spider-Man 2. And this is probably one of my favorite things in my collection at the moment. But yeah, this was awesome. And both of them were some of the best people I've ever met. They were all very nice, and all they wanted, and they gave everyone their own time. I think we were with Najee for like 10-15 minutes talking about different things, and he was just a blast. I would love to see, and I would love to meet him again. He was a full awesome guy. But now we gotta, obviously, when you think of Spider-Man now, of course you might think of the comics, but you obviously also have to think about the movies, man. So we got to start off with the one that started it all, and what many people still consider the best Spider-Man movie. Obviously got the OG Spider-Man on a VHS, which is really, really sweet. I love Tobey. However, I do think he's a little overrated. I know I'm about to get blasted in the comments for saying that, but it's my show. I can say whatever I want. And don't get me wrong, I love the Tobey films. I just think that a lot of people see Tobey as the only Spider-Man. But again, Tobey's my guy too. I love the Maguire films. Spider-Man 2 is definitely the best one though. I can give two shits about Spider-Man 3. I do not like that movie. But I love Tobey to death. But in my opinion, my Spider-Man, and the one that I always think of, is my boy Andrew Garfield. So I obviously have the Amazing Spider-Man on Blu-ray. And it's one of those cool ones where it comes with the Blu-ray and the DVD, but it also comes with a bunch of bonus features, which is really, really sweet. But Andrew Garfield was like my first like live action Spider-Man. I remember being 7 years old, and I saw all the trailers and I saw the movie and I loved it. And to me, Andrew is my favorite Spider-Man, as I have the most nostalgia for him. And I obviously got to have the Amazing Spider-Man 2, which Oh, we've had some laughs with this one and some cries. A lot of tears shed with this movie. But yeah, love The Amazing Spider-Man 2, and I am one of the biggest supporters of TASM 3 when I was a kid, and I still wish we got it. I still have a theory that entire movie was filmed and scrapped. Now, here's a guy that gets love, but also gets some backlash. You know, Tom Holland, man. I love the Tom Holland films. I love Spider-Man getting into the MCU, and I love Spider-Man Homecoming. I thought this movie was incredible. I remember I got the Blu-ray for Christmas, and I just loved it. And it was cool because like I was able to get these on Blu-ray when I was starting to get like collecting, and I was moving from DVDs to Blu-rays. And I obviously also have Far From Home as well, which I really did enjoy as well. I saw it in the theaters, I think. Was it twice? No, I saw it once in theaters. This is the one I saw once in theaters. This was really sweet. Now, one of my favorite movies of all time, one of the best superhero movies ever, Spider-Man No Way Home, was my shit, and it still is my shit, man. I love these films. I love this film to fucking death. This is probably my favorite movie of all time until Deadpool and Wolverine came out, but man, I still will not stop talking about Spider-Man Homecoming. I saw this in theater twice, and then I went back where I was the only person in the theater. Yeah, I was the only person in the theater, and I saw the More Fun Stuff edition, and that was the greatest thing in the world because I had the entire theater to myself. And I still sat all the way up in the back. I was able to eat my popcorn. I was able to be as loud as I wanted. It was fucking great. And the theater I actually went and saw it in is no longer there, which kind of hurts. But I was luckily, oh God, I love the More Fun edition, but I also love Spider-Man No Way Home. Toby, Andrew, and Tom, all on the same. Come on, you can't get better than that. And Brand New Day, I cannot wait for you. I will be there opening night. Or opening weekend, but most notably, I'm going to be there opening night. I already know. But now we got to move into animation because we got to share some love to some of the best animated movies of all time. Got to obviously show love to Into the Spider-Verse. I fucking love this movie. I remember I saw it a little bit after it died down, like a week later from when it came out. I wasn't able to get to it on opening night. But yeah, dude. I remember seeing this movie. It felt like I was hypnotized, man. I was like, whoa. And this is still probably one of the best animated films I've ever seen. But then also, God, the one that blew it out of the fucking water, although it pissed me off so much at the ending, and you already know what I'm talking about, man. Across the fucking Spider-Verse is fucking peak cinema. This movie is fucking great. However, Sony, can you please put out Beyond the Spider-Verse? We were supposed to get that movie in 2024 last year, and we're not getting it until 2027. Like, come on, dude. Come on, Sony. We know the movie's already done too, so why are you delaying it? Like, and it just got delayed again for 2 fucking weeks, man. Beyond the Spider-Verse is my most anticipated film at the moment, man. That and Avengers Doomsday. But, oh my God, like, you have to hurry up and get it out of there, man. And then, but moving on, the last thing that I have for Spider-Man physical media at the moment, I know I plan on getting the original trilogy at one point, or at least just 1 and 2, because I do not like 3, but it's cheaper to get the trilogy. I do have this awesome Spider-Man 94 VHS. And is it 94? So it came out in 2002, but this is the 1994 cartoon on VHS, which is really, really cool. And I love that a lot of the VHSs of the shows had the blue cover. I have a Power Ranger VHS that actually does have that as well. But that was pretty sweet. But then that was all of like the physical things I had as well. I do own the More Fun edition on digital, obviously. Because I don't think they ever did a Blu-ray version of it. I could be wrong though. I have I have like a bunch of other like memorabilia behind me. Like I have a bunch of Funko Pops, which you guys can kind of see all right here. I'm gonna throw up close-up shots, images there. And I guess the last thing I can kind of talk about is behind me. You guys have seen, you know, right next to my Motley Crue and Ace Frehley poster behind me, some movie posters. You can guys, I'm gonna, you know, raise it up a little bit. You guys can actually see an Amazing Spider-Man 1 and a Spider-Man 3 poster, only because of Tobey. Because I wanted to have all of the Spider-Men together. So I have a Tobey poster, a Andrew Garfield poster, and a Homecoming poster, a Tom Holland poster. I actually got those from movie theaters. Because if you guys don't know, in early last year, they did the Web of Fun month, where all throughout April and May, they put all of the Spider-Man films back into theaters. And the only two I ever got to go back to see were Amazing Spider-Man, because although I remember watching the movie as a kid, I didn't watch it till it came out on DVD and when it got to on demand. For people that remember that, I didn't get to see it in the theaters, so I went to experiencing it, and it was fucking great. And then I went and ended up seeing Homecoming. I really wanted the Amazing Spider-Man 2 poster because those are probably my two favorites, and I wish I got the awesome Homecoming, No Way Home poster. I was gonna go see No Way Home, but I was unfortunately, I think I was either out of town or busy with something else when No Way Home came back to theaters. But you know, it's all good, as I still have at least the main three Spider-Men on my wall, and I'm pretty sure at one point, although probably not in the far future, we might get the Spider-Verse movies back out. So you guys might be seeing Miles one pretty soon. But other than that, that was basically, you know, the entire Spider-Man collection. Again, it's not extremely big, but it's still pretty cool to see, as, again, Spider-Man is my favorite hero. I wasn't going to go in through like, oh, here are all my Spider-Man shirts. Oh, here's everything I had. No, dude, I just wanted to show off, you know, a little bit of the main collection that, you know, people would, you know, care and like to see, like the different movies, different games, you know, the different memorabilia, small stuff I had. But anyway, guys, that was today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you guys did, please subscribe or end up giving a like, you know, and joining the Isaiah Rivers Topics channel. You know, I always talk about this stuff all the time. You know, I talk about video games, movies, comic books, music, superheroes, all different things, man. I talk about all different things, so I'm pretty sure I always have something, you know, that would interest you guys. But anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't, because in my opinion, you always need topics in your life. And anyway, guys, once again, happy Spider-Man Day to all of you guys. And until I see you guys again, this is Isaiah Rivers Topics, signing off.